Hello, hello, hello. I am on YouTube. I'm here. All right, so we're gonna get started with a big painting on here tonight. This will be a project that we work on YouTube only. So we'll work on it tonight and Thursday, and depending on, you know, how everything else is, how far along we get, maybe we'll do it next week too. I don't know. So we're gonna draw our guidelines first. So this, if you don't know what this is called a PSM. And this was created for my business from Paula, one of our lovely Dot fam members. She created this, and this is to help us design our guidelines so that it fits perfectly with these center inserts. So you can use a coaster. This middle part's designed for a coaster round, but this bigger one is designed for like the 8-ish inch pictures. So I'm going to show you guys how to use that first. We're going to draw our guidelines, and then from there we're going to get started making the color palette and all that stuff. So I already found my center. So that's the first step whenever you're using this tool, is to find your center, okay? Because you want to line up your PSM over the center. So this center dot right here, that's going to go over your center. So we are just going to center it like that. And so now we're going to draw our guidelines, okay? So this is color-coded to make it really easy to understand. This is more than just a guidelines, like, stencil thing. The spacing and everything was created so that we can get a specific outcome, okay? Yeah, Scott picked the fox. I held it behind my back. I don't know. We'll see. It's either going to be the fox or the paw print. I still don't know. So, it's color coded. So if we want to do a 16-point guide, we can use the red. If we want to do 32, we're going to do the blue. So we're just going to go all out. We're going to just do 32. The more lines, the better, I guess, right? So we are just going to start doing that here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start just doing my basic guidelines here, okay? So you're going to use these well, you know what? I think I'm going to do 16. I actually really like doing a 16 guide stencil for these, so I don't know. So anyways, we're going to start with our guidelines here, okay? And we're going to take it off. I'm just going to mark these ones too, just so that I have lines to match up so that I can, recenter this eventually. So this will help you with your guidelines, but there's more to it than that, I promise. So I'm just using a watercolor pencil. Okay. Boop. I really like the fox too. All right, so we're just gonna start to draw our straight guidelines, and this is the first step. So once you find your center, you can draw your straight guidelines. I guess I shouldn't exactly okay, there we go. We're gonna ignore that line right here. It's the guidelines that matter. So, and we'll extend these further, but at first this is how we're gonna do it. And this is just a watercolor pencil. It has been about probably about 6 months since I've done a piece this large, so I'm a little nervous. I never draw my guidelines on camera either. I just kind of, use it as like one of those just like chill times for myself. Just making sure it's going right through the center. So I held them behind my back, and I said left or right, and he said left, and so that's the fox was in my left hand. I usually make him do that whenever I can't decide what I'm doing. So this is actually a 15-inch round. I thought I had 16 in the other room, but I did not. So I had to run to Michael's today, and I didn't want to do an 18-inch round, so I just picked 15. All right, so now I'm just gonna extend my lines out further to the edge. The guideline part's always the boring part, you know, but it needs done. The more time you take with this, like, you know, don't do it just quick and willy-nilly, because you want it to be like pretty, you know, pretty perfect. So my sister and her husband came over last year, and we just kind of, I think we ordered pizza, and you know, we made some drinks and just kind of watched the New Year's thing on TV. So they are coming over again this year, and I think that's the plan. You know, I don't like going anywhere, especially on New Year's, and you know, during holidays that lots of people like to drink. I don't want to be out on the roads. Don't mind my playlist. I don't even know if you guys can hear the music, but I was playing around with some YouTube approved music, and it's just a random playlist of short little songs, so I don't know. We will see. Half the time you guys can't hear my music anyways. Hello. Oops. Yeah, exactly. I think it's so much more fun, and then, you know, if you do wind up drinking too much, you just go into the bedroom, go to sleep. It did, yeah, it went away. I took some Aleve and drank some coffee, and we're all good. All right, so we've got our guidelines on here. Now we put this back. And, you know, take your time with this because you want it to line up, right? And if you did it correctly, they should all line up pretty perfectly. Alrighty. Okay, so now that this is back, this is where we're going to mark these guidelines here, okay? So these will, so they're evenly spaced so that you can take the 4mm acrylic dowel, your dotting tool, and you'll be able to place a dot in between all of these lines, and it'll match up without worry of, you know, them not matching up. It'll be a good number. So like when we do mandalas like this, or just fully round mandalas in general, you want to make sure that the number of dots that you do around your first row is divisible by a number, right? So 29, for example, is a prime number. Even though it's my favorite number, it's a prime number, and that doesn't divide evenly by anything, okay? So I actually prefer numbers that are divisible by 3s and 4s. I just think that kind of gives you like not too much space to work with, but also enough space where you can do some more fun, intricate design elements. So this PSM has actually been designed to have 96 dots all the way around. So no more counting, no more hoping that it matches up in the end. You know it's going to be 96, which is divisible by 3 or 4. So whichever ones you want to go with, you can, you know, split it into 4 eventually. You could split it into 3. Doesn't really matter. So this tool has been a freaking lifesaver for me when it comes to making these larger mandalas, because if you guys watch me on TikTok, you guys know, like, I used to be like, was anyone counting? Because you just never know until it's almost too late, right? So this way it takes the guesswork out of everything. All right, so I don't need to do any smaller guidelines because the picture will cover it eventually, okay? And we're not going to put this right on the center yet because we need that first row of dots to dry, okay? So we got our guidelines on, and now we're going to do the rest of our circle guidelines, okay? So I'm going to sharpen my pencils. Thank you. I'm going to sharpen a few of them because as I draw my lines, they're just going to get dull. Alrighty. Oh, it's so nice to have a brand new pencil sharpener, like a nice sharp blade. Tis amazing. Okay, so I'm going to just poke a little hole right in the center of my canvas. And we're going to start. This will just help me kind of keep everything straight. So this is the Helix ruler tool. It's actually one of my favorite tools to use because I don't like I'm gonna take this off the thingy for right now. I don't like what are they called, compasses. They don't work for me, so I just use these dots and it spins around. So the hardest part is like these smaller ones, but we actually don't need those right now. We're actually going to start probably about here. And we're just going to go around and around and around until we get all of our lines outwards. So I like to skip every 2 dots on this. I don't know, I think it gives me like good spacing. And I'm sorry, my arm's kind of in the way, but all I'm doing is just going around and around and around. So this basically does the job of a compass. It's just, in my opinion, easier to use. And I do have this tool linked on my Amazon storefront. Again, it's called the Helix ruler tool. And I'm just getting a new pencil because I am just, you know, my pencil tip is getting dull. And there's tons of different like circle making tools out there, but this one's my favorite. So I will just use that and we'll just keep going. I know, I'm sorry, it's kind of blocking it. I don't really know how else to do it. But I figured I would show you guys this on live instead of just doing them and starting right away, because I wanted to show you guys how to use the PSM. Because I honestly, I don't think I've really shown it in its like actual use yet. I made a tutorial video on it, but I have, whoops, wrong line. I have yet to make a big mandala with it because I just was too busy making Christmas ornaments and stuff. So, but I know it works because I've used it without you guys, but all right, so this is the last dot on this ruler, but as you can see, I still have quite a bit of space to the edge, and I'll show you guys what I do to kind of get a little bit further. So you see this hole? I'm just gonna use that as my center, and I'm just gonna make sure that I'm pulling this ruler tight so that I can go like pretty far out to the edge, okay? I'm gonna sharpen my pencils once more. So I'm kind of, I'm currently waiting for my, my items, my shop items to be approved on YouTube. But we did hit that, one of the little goals with YouTube where I am actually able to link my shop, which is pretty freaking awesome if I don't say so myself. Oh, this pencil is too long, it's new. New pencil. That's why I have multiple of these watercolor pencils, because when they go dull, I grab the other one. I probably have about 10 or 12 of them, but I'm only using 3 right now. We still have a little bit of space, so if I want to, I can leave it, or I have multiple ruler tools, and we can see if this one, I was sent this one. This is on Amazon. Actually, that's kind of long. Hold on, let me get the other one. And I'm basically going to do the same thing where I will, hello, where is it? Where's the hole? Gotta find it. Okay, there we go. So now I have just a couple more spaces that I can, you know, utilize. So we'll do one more circle, except I'm gonna run into something, so hold on. Ooh. This is a really big thing to be on my desk. I don't have that much elbow room. Whoops. Missed that mark a little bit. Oh man. Oh shit. Close, but not quite. Hold on. I think that we can do one more. One more little spot. Where's the hole? That's what she said. Is that the hole? I don't know. I think so. Okay. So now I'm just wiping off the extra pencil dust and we can get started. So actually we need to make a color palette for this. So I think that's what we're gonna do. And there. So once I get my first row or two of dots and it dries, I can set this in and we'll just kind of go from it. So, all right. Let's pick out a color palette. Is this the one we want to do? I think it is. I think this one will be fun. So I try to match what I can without mixing, but sometimes I do have to mix. So I'm gonna pick some main colors. So I'm thinking obviously like this orangey color and some like purples, some teals, some blues, a little bit of greens. So we're gonna start with the fox, which I'm gonna grab tangerine, but I'm gonna mix a little bit of saffron yellow, I think, in with it, and we'll kind of, actually, you know what? Fresh mango might be close, and then we'll add some yellow to it. I know you guys love making color. It's been so long, huh? All right. I'll start with fresh mango, and we'll probably actually mix in gold and yellow instead. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I do like it to be close. So as much as I really like the cat one, I have two. I think I have two. I have multiple cat ones already. And I just, you know, I wanted something a little different, I think. You don't have to say your name or your age or anything. But I think that's a good mix. So let me grab a color card. And we'll write these down. And I'm just gonna kind of approximate. Oh, hold on. I need a napkin. We didn't need a wet napkin when we were drawing guidelines, but we need it now. Okay. Thanks. All right. Where's my marker? Oh, sorry. That's where I was using the pen earlier. Where the hell did I put it? Oh, right here. All right, so we used fresh mango. Plus golden yellow. Okay. color number 2. I really love that vibrant purple. We're definitely gonna have to mix because the purple that's gonna be closest is not gonna stay super vibrant. So we're going to try and see what we can come up with. I think I have a pretty good idea of what we can do though. So if there's colors that don't dry super opaque, I always add a little bit of white in with it. So we're gonna start out with Purple Pizzazz. And I love this color, but it's not gonna stay that color. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of white, but the white is gonna kind of cool it down a little bit and make it a little less purple. So I'm actually also going to add in some neons, which these don't stay vibrant on their own either, but I think with the white it'll help. So let's see what happens with that. Definitely want to darken it. Well, that actually might be pretty close. I might want to darken it just a little bit. But it might also be really good. And we can use like regular lavender too, which is a little bit more cool toned. This purple that I'm going for is a little bit more warm. I actually think I kind of like it. I don't know, maybe just a little bit cooler. I don't know. Yeah, maybe just a tiny bit cooler. I'm adding purple, or dioxazine purple, which is technically a no-no list color for me, but I do keep it because I like to use it to like mix in to the colors. All right. I'm happy with that because I will probably add more cool tone purples for top dots, but I think I really like that purple. So to the best of my ability, I'm gonna kind of try and put what colors I used. So the first color was Purple Pizzazz. Plus drop white plus sizzling pink and ultra violet. Plus diox purple. This is so if I need to like remake this color palette or make more of a certain color because they're mixed, I can. All right, we're gonna go. I think I just want to do Laguna, period. I think Laguna is gonna be a great one just to have in this color palette, so I'm not gonna mix anything into that. We're just gonna do Laguna. Yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons I was drawn to this one, because I just felt like this color palette was gonna be a lot of fun to do. And we're gonna do, so I'm picking main colors, okay? We will likely add more eventually. All right, so I'm gonna start off with Sapphire because it's creamy. It's a creamy blue. And I do want to make it more like of a purpley creamy blue, so I am gonna actually add in some of that the ultramarine purple, dioxazine purple. And I'm just gonna mix that right now just to kind of see what we're working with, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, so the colors that don't dry the best, if you add white to it, it'll help them dry down better. The only thing with adding white to it is that it will kind of make them more creamy and it'll lighten them up a little bit. So that's why I kind of added some of the neon into it, because I wanted it to be, you know, a little bit different. I'm gonna add a little bit of neon perp in here too, just to see what happens. This may or may not help. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make like an ultraviolet blue without it being super dark. I don't think that really did anything to it. It might have did a little bit. What's up? I don't think this will do much to it either, but we're gonna try. Sometimes the neons help, sometimes they don't. They kind of just disappear. But this might actually kind of get where I kind of want to go with it. Perfect Perry is definitely more light and like purple. Plus purple plus perp, and I'm just gonna do purple and blue neons. We definitely need to add some green into it. Are we frozen? Hold on. You guys okay? Sorry. I forgot that oh, okay. I was gonna say, I forgot that I turned my Wi-Fi off. So, I turned it back on. That's why we paused. All right, the next color I'm gonna use is going to be a color that it doesn't like to stay on plastic, but it's such a great color that I want to use it. So this is actually from Hobby Lobby. I'm not the hugest fan of Hobby Lobby paints, but like I think we need that color. I really do. So that one is chartreuse. And then the last color, the last main color of this thing is going to be something like that. Okay. And then any of the darker colors or other colors I might want to add, we'll add it in for top dots, and I'll probably even add some whites too, you know. So we're going to start with Scarlet. But I know Scarlet doesn't dry all the best, so we're also just going to have to, you know, doctor that one up just a tad. I'm gonna, instead of adding white, I'm actually gonna add in like a corally color that I know dries creamy. And I might add like a drop of red or something. So we'll mix first, see what we like about that. So I'm gonna be doing a large mandala round to kind of go with the picture that we have on the board. That didn't do anything. Okay, we're gonna add more. Yeah. Some of them just like, they don't do well on black backgrounds, or once they dry dark. So I say that those colors are on my no-no list. And I have that linked in my Facebook group. It's a Google document, And it has a bunch of things inside that Google Doc, but actually that might actually be fine on its own. It's got a bunch of colors on the Google Doc that are like JGrondz approved, which means like even if you want a similar color, I have other colors at work, you know, in replacement. All right, Scarlet and Coral Blush. So this is going to be our main color palette, which I think is super fun. And we'll add to it as needed. So I'm just going to put these paint colors away because we don't need them anymore. We've got our paint palette. Clear up as much desk space as possible. Whoops. Okay. So we're gonna have to put this picture off to the side for a little bit because it needs to dry. The paint that we'll be applying needs to dry before we can set it on top. But we're gonna start off with the 4mm dowel because that is what is designed for the spaces on here. So we're gonna, I think I'm gonna start with, I'm gonna do orange because it might actually get covered. The first, you know, couple rows might not be perfect, but all right. So you see these tick marks right here. We will be able to place our dots in between all the way around and they'll meet up perfectly. So that's what we're gonna do. No need to count. I know I'll have 96 dots. I love making paint palettes. It's a lot of fun for me. And I love how the PSM that helped us draw these guidelines just completely takes the guesswork out. So I can just sit back and relax and make dots and know that I'm gonna have a divisible number at the end. So basically you just place your dots in between those lines. And again, this is the 4mm dowel, which is the second dowel in like your dotting tool set, the middle of the clear dowels. I will show you. So here's a finished one, and they're all different. But basically, you leave the space in the center to glue the picture in, and then you just do designs around it, just to make a really pretty color, pretty painting. So yeah. So, I mean, the last one I did was 6 months ago, but they usually take me between 11 and 14 hours on average. So we're gonna be working on this for a sec. But this is gonna be a YouTube project. So whatever we do tonight, we'll pick back up on it on Thursday and then pick back up on it next Tuesday if we need to. But I thought it might be fun to work on a big project with you guys. I've been doing Christmas ornaments pretty much exclusively since July. I mean, I do other things too, but very heavy on Christmas ornaments because that's like, you know, a big thing in my business. But I've been wanting to do a big piece like this, and I thought, well, what way to get back into doing something like that, you know? Oh, very nice. Yeah, it's been a long time. I did some smaller ones probably like around like Halloween-ish, but nothing big like this for quite a while. We did vote last night, but I changed my mind. I changed my mind. The colors on the cat, like, I mean, they were really colorful, but I have a few cat ones that I've already done. And I wanted to do something different, and the colors in the fox picture just were like really speaking to me, and I thought it would be a fun color palette that we don't usually do. For this, nope, this one will go on my website eventually. I always do 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch, because if they already come with the hangy hole, you want that to be nice and sturdy. Oh no, did I skip some? How did I do that? It's gonna go right here. I skipped one. You want the hangy hole to be nice and thick so that it doesn't break. And then if you do ones that you have to make your own little hole with a drill, you want to make sure that it's thick enough so that it's not going to split the wood. Yeah, I literally do a little bit of everything. Functional art. If you ever wanted to just look at my website, you don't have to buy anything. But I use my website as a catalog, or a that's not the right word. Basically somewhere that you can see past projects. Like, I leave a lot of things, even when they sell, I leave a lot of things up so that people can browse around and see all the different kind of things that I do. Thank you. There are definitely dot artists that are much better than me, but in my specific style range, I guess I'll say I'm pretty good. Oh, nice. I love that. Yeah, I've never done a fox one before. I just thought the colors on it were super, super, super pretty. So that's why I bought it. I bought it a while ago. I've had all of these rounds for at least 6 months, I'm sure. So I kind of want to buy more, but I have so many that I haven't used yet. So, you know, we'll just see. Thank you. I did. So I actually take all of my ornaments down before my mystery ornament sale, because you know, I guess I would say my ornaments are one of the things that I actually do remove from my website every year, because I paint so many of them. It becomes hard to kind of sift through what's in stock and what's not, you know? So I do take them down. So I have a whole new ornament tab that is basically everything from like the middle of December this year onwards. Look how perfect that was. Oh, yeah. Well, there will be more. In my VIP group, I actually have color palette albums for them. All right, we're going to do another row. And now I'm just going to focus on placing dots in between the spaces of the dots below it. And we're going to do the whole thing again. Listen, the PSM was created because I was having issues, and it, you know, sparked an idea in Paula's brain that helped not only me but all of us, because I can't tell you how, like, I could get you know, my dots to kind of meet up, but then I'd have to count them, and like I feel like 75, well, not that high, some percent of the time the number of dots was not good, like it didn't divide by anything. And so that means that I couldn't really break up my design much. I mean, you can use your guidelines to break your design up, but sometimes I like it to be a little bit smaller which is why I like numbers that are divisible by 3s and 4s. Yeah, it's literally probably my favorite like non-dotting tool that we have. I mean, the ornament gauge is pretty great too, but the PSM is just literally awesome. There's already been a business that has tried to copy it, but they don't they didn't realize that there's like more to it than just guidelines. They just saw a guideline maker, but this is more, it's more than just that. So yes, I do have probably about 60 of them in stock right now, so more than enough to go around, and obviously we'll make more if we need to. Yeah, it's literally amazing. Such a great tool. The design of the PSM alone has basically gotten Paula whatever she wants in regards to dotting stuff from the US. Like, you can have whatever you want. Just let me know. I'll send it to you. She won't accept payment from me, so I pay her in other ways. So we're gonna do the fox, actually. I was thinking about it today, and I really wasn't feeling the cat, even though it's pretty. That's not what I wanted to paint tonight, I guess. So I had Scott, I put the paw print and the fox behind my back, and I told him to pick my left hand or my right hand, and he picked the left hand, and I was holding the fox in my left hand. So that's the one we're gonna do. This is it. I think it's going to be a really fun color palette. I think we're going to be very, very pleased as this design grows. I bet this orange row is going to disappear if I had to guess. And I think we're really just going to see the purple, but that's okay. So I did get it from Temu, but you don't have to buy them on Temu. In fact, these days the quality of the rounds on there, it's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes they're great and sometimes I return them. Etsy has a bunch of sellers. If you look up 8-inch like metal wreath signs, a lot of wreath making sellers will have them. They are a little bit pricey over on Etsy, but they are usually made by people, like they'll like sublimate on them. So they're usually more reliable quality than the ones you get on Temu and stuff like that. Amazon has a few as well. They don't really have a huge selection. And then I have a friend, her name's Crystal. She makes and sells them as well, but her shop is currently, she's kind of redoing some stuff, so you can't buy anything right now until like the new year. But it's heartsprinkle.com. She will draw and design a lot of them, and they're pretty cute, and she takes customer requests and everything too. But yeah, the one that I have is from Temu. But there's a bunch of us that have these, like, you know, for me, for example, I bought a bunch over time, and I have a bunch that I probably won't use. So if you ever want to ask me if I have any that I want to part with, shoot me a message and I'll send you some options. So I'll be back on here on Thursday at 9:30 Eastern. So I'm on YouTube on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9:30 to midnight. yeah. I've got a whole bunch that, I mean, I like, but realistically, I know I probably won't, you know, paint them all, so. Yes, we can talk freely. We don't have to talk in code. I can tell you guys where, you know, I can talk about websites and my website and all that kind of stuff without fear of getting in trouble from TikTok. Hate that I can't skip ads on here. Hello. So these always take a while, but they're very relaxing to do. But much unlike the stuff that you guys usually see me doing, this does take longer to start to see a design appear, but it's very, very satisfying because it's so big. Yes, I am painting. Painting with lots of dots. Hey, Gabrielle. Usually when I do these big rounds, I'll usually do the first couple rows and stuff before I go live. That way I can have the center picture sitting in here the whole time. But I wanted to draw the guidelines with you guys tonight, so. I was just about to say, I think I'm gonna move my camera down just because I am struggling to see comments, so. I know, we all have to get used to everybody's, like, usernames on here if they're different. Yeah. I didn't even know, can you? I mean, I guess you could change your username on here. It is a funny username. I do really like it. All right, let's see here. I'm trying to think what I want to do design-wise. Let's see here. All right, I think we're gonna actually start with a fancy flower tool. So let me go get a thing of water. All right, we're gonna do, let's start with 10-petal flower. I just don't know what color I want to do. So we need to keep the green out because, well, we'll probably do purple again because I'm going to top dot those purple dots. So we'll do purple. Okay, I'm nervous. Let's pick right here. And we'll do every 1, 2, 3. I think we'll do every 4. It's easier for me to kind of do it on this angle, so I do apologize for kind of like being far away at the moment. But that's what will happen sometimes on these, since I can't really get you guys super, super close. But that's what we're working with. It's just easier for me to reach over than try and do it right here, because I can't see, you know, 1, 2, 3. Can't see which dot I'm trying to do it at. One, 2, 3. I usually mark these with my pencil, but I didn't, so now I gotta count because I don't feel like cleaning my flower tool off. Well, thank you. We have fun here. Not only do we make pretty things, we have fun in here. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So these flower tools, if you guys don't know, these are sold by me. I have a wonderful friend that makes these 3D printed dotting tools. We've been working together for almost 2 years making a bunch of fun tools. You talking about me? Boone, North Carolina? I love Boone. No, we're actually doing a fox. That's a little frustrating. I might have to redo this one. I don't know if I can get this to line up again. Okay, yay, we did. Sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's a interesting. Yeah, Boone is beautiful down there. But during the fall time is like my favorite, because that's, you know, whenever I'd go down there, it was fall. Well, we'd go down there sometimes during like the 4th of July, but. Ta-da! All right, now I'm gonna wash this tool off. This one. So here's the color palette for it. I'm excited. Just can't put it in the center just yet. I know, right? So pretty. It's been so long since I've done one of these. funny because, like, I'm one of those people that I love that quick thing that you can start and finish within, like, you know, an hour or two. And then you do something like this that's 10, 12, 13, 14 hours, you know. Hello. This definitely isn't centered on my Lazy Susan, but it's okay. Sorry, I'm off camera, my bad. Hold on. Probably. Honestly, I don't remember when I ordered it, but I would probably be willing to bet, yeah, it was Temu. The only thing about that round that I don't super like is the quality is beautiful, but it's got that rim, but like, oh well. I don't know. Oh, they're not dry enough yet. I really want to set it down, but I can't. We gotta wait a little longer. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do, I'm gonna bring this blue back in first. Yeah, so I will be using swirls on this as much as I, you know, sometimes dislike using swirls. I will be, so. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to set up to kind of do some like greenery and leaves and some swirlies, so. Oh, thank you. I'm getting new nails tomorrow. I don't 100% know what I'm doing, but I did send my girl some inspiration that I saw on Instagram. And it doesn't look like it's too difficult, and she thought it was really cool, so I might have some, like, swirly things on my nails. Tomorrow, I guess we'll see. Oh, well, you won't see tomorrow, I suppose, because I'm off, but next time. Because I feel like I have to clean them a lot. And, I don't know. I don't know. The swirls for me have always caused stress. Whenever I use them, I always stress out. I don't know. It's a me problem. There's nothing wrong with the swirls, but I find that I sometimes struggle to design around them because I like symmetrical designs, and so I need to like find a way to bring the symmetry back. And just sometimes I struggle with it, that's all. Plus, sometimes I use them as like waves, but I don't always know if they're gonna meet up in the end, so that stresses me out because like I won't know until it's too late almost, so. But I mean, we've got over 30 different tool sets at this point, so it's hard to pick a favorite, but the swirls are not, like they're cool. I just don't use them enough to call them a favorite of mine personally. But they're fun to have, and they come in handy. Like there's definitely some things that I was like really glad that I had the swirl tools for, but there's definitely been a fair share of designs that stressed me out. Has nothing to do with the swirl tools themselves, everything to do with me and my stressors. It is the 5mm dowel, just a little bit mindful of how much paint I'm using. because it's slightly too big. So I go light-handed with that. In an unstructured pattern, yeah. And most of my designs are symmetrical, so it makes it hard for me. But I will be using swirls. It would be cool to kind of do swirls here, but we'll have to see if it fits. We'll have to do a tester and see. So that'll be the next step that we do, and I hope that I have enough. I'm gonna probably use the mini, the mini swirls, but yes. Do you have the Highland cow? Because I know it hasn't come out yet, but did she send it to you? I can't remember. All right, let me find. I reorganized my tools the other day, so I don't know which shelf has the swirls. Oh, I'm gonna have to stand up on my stool. Hold on. Up we go. Oh, swirls. Where you be? Oh, right in front of my dang face. All right. Okay, so they're gonna be too big to like do like them like this, but if I angle them, they'll probably meet up pretty nicely. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, here we go. Oh, this paint is super thick. I forgot. I'm gonna have to thin this out really fast. Hold on, guys. I forgot how thick that paint was. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, that's a lot. That came out like water. Oh my gosh. Let's see what that did though. I might have done too much. All right, let me clean this off. I gotta dry it off. The Hobby Lobby paint is really hard to use with the dotting tools because it is thicker. And I forgot about that. I have this flow medium, but it is very, very, very watery, so a little bit goes a long way. It's from Master's Touch. It's from Hobby Lobby. It's on sale. Well, it was. Well, I think it's on sale this week, yeah. Because I think I was just there, wasn't I? Yeah, I went this week. I'm just drying my tool off since I, put it in water. Okay. Let's try it again. Whoops, there is a bubble. Gonna have to probably go back and fix a few of them, but that's all right. It's all part of the process. I might have thinned it just a tad too much. we'll fix it on the next tool, because I don't want to have to clean this tool again. I don't like cleaning the swirls in between projects, but like obviously half the time I feel like I have to, if I accidentally use too much paint, which I just did. So it's fine. I'll just draw some of these to thicken them if I need to. I need to add more paint. It's too thin. Hold on, guys. It's like, it's not water, obviously, but it is a little too thick for my liking, so please hold. I'm gonna add more of that Hobby Lobby paint in my... The paint thinner stuff is so watery that it, like, I just, like, tipped it, and it just, like, I put way too much in there, so I'm gonna fix it a little bit, I think. Okay. Let's try it again. Whoops. The reason I'm not fixing them right now is because I don't want the paint to really cake onto these tools. So I'm just quickly getting the little element on there, and then I'll go back with a tiny tool and fix any of my areas that I need to. I'm just very, what's the word? I give no fucks at the moment. As long as it's getting like the main area that I need. That's all I care about. Happy New Year. I know, can you believe tomorrow's New Year's Eve? You guys keep asking me what I'm doing on New Year's, and I'm like thinking that it's still kind of far away, but it's not, it's tomorrow. So yeah, I'm getting my nails done, and I'll have to hit the liquor store to get wine, well, I don't know if I'm doing wine or not. I'm either doing that or Dr. Pepper and rum. I haven't decided yet. Oh, thanks. This little tool has been put through it so far right now. First the paint was too thick, then it was too thin, and now it's kind of just right, but it's getting to the point where I need to wash it off because it keeps collecting a shit ton of paint. That's all right, we'll fix it. That was a bubble, but still. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a YouTube approved playlist. Okay. What do you mean, lift it off? You hang it on a wall. Yeah, this is paint. This is acrylic paint. So it's on a wooden board. And I'm just painting a design on top of it. And then when it's done, I'll seal it. I'll remove the guidelines and seal it up and add some hanging hardware to the back, and you can hang it on your wall. Nope. So it has guidelines on it, but it's drawn with watercolor pencil. So once the paint dries, I will go in with a damp sponge and I'll remove all of my guidelines, so then just the design stays behind. All right, we'll fix more of those later. I make them up as I go. I make them up as I go. We are all equals in here, thank you. Can't tell if we'll probably go like that. No, thank you. Thanks. So I have a tool that helps make the guide templates, but I also use a ruler to help me too. So I have, I find my center, and then I use something that I saw on my website. It's called the PSM, and it helps me make my guidelines so that I can start my first row of dots equally, and then the rest is kind of as I go. It's a fox.
With YouTube Premium, watch ad-free videos and listen ad-free on the YouTube Music app. That's right, one subscription, 2 ads.
I'm really struggling with this specific paint color in these tools, but we'll keep on keeping on. Thanks, Linda. I'll probably have to go over a couple of those first rows, but it's fine. We're just gonna keep going. What kind of song is this? Oh, Lord. I mostly just do round, but I do more than just mandalas. I do a lot of just like dot stuff too. I haven't done one of these mandalas in probably about 6 months. So we're just kind of getting back into a big fun project here to kind of kick off 2026. That was such an interesting interaction. No, so the fox is a wreath insert, but we're gluing them in. So I use it as color inspiration for my artwork, and it's just like a fun way to add some whimsy. A lot of wreath makers use them in the middle of their wreaths, but a lot of dot artists have also kind of used them as well. I bought that a really long time ago. My friend makes them now, which is pretty cool. It is a form of meditation for sure. I really get lost in the color and just like the process. But I don't really have like a specific thing that I do, I just kind of go. All right, we're gonna try and set this as equally as possible, but I gotta be careful because I don't want to like mess this up too much. All right, we're gonna keep it right here for now. All right, so let's continue. Oh no, these take me so many hours. My dad wants me to do like a giant peacock one day. Like he wants like a 30-inch peacock, and I'm like, I don't know about that. This is 15 15 inches. I usually do 16, but I didn't have a 16-inch board, so this is the closest I could get, just run into Michael's really fast to get something to paint on. I don't know. I've been doing this for 5 years, but I only started doing these larger pieces this like the beginning of this year. It was a challenge to myself because the larger pieces, they just scare me a little bit. They're a little intimidating. So it was a challenge to myself. Thanks. We still have like this color blue and like this reddish color to add in too. And then I will probably add a few more accent colors as well as the design grows. So over the next handful of hours, I'm sure we'll probably spend at least 2 or 3 lives on this over, you know, so basically tonight and Thursday and maybe Tuesday of next week. Maybe longer, who knows, but this we'll just be working on it on YouTube. Yes. So I mixed some of the colors to go with it. Some of them are straight out of the bottle, like this blue color. Didn't need anything. Actually, I think that's the only one I didn't mix, but that's okay. It's all over the place. Yes, yes. Tonight and tomorrow, before midnight tomorrow. It's the last time you can use my code for Deco Art Americana or just decoart.com. JGrondz 25. After the 31st, my code does not work anymore. So just a heads up to anybody. Yeah, well, it's kind of sort of here, you know. Yes, and this definitely is a form of meditation for myself. I was not, it was one of those things I just like didn't know that I needed. I'm not going to go too deep into my story, but in 2021, I was let go from my job, and I was really struggling with that for a bunch of reasons, but a big thing was like, you know, I've never been let go before, and I, you know, put a lot of work into that company, and as soon as they didn't need me anymore, they were like, goodbye. So I'm one of those people that I always have to be doing something, but that job was very stressful, and I guess I just didn't know that you know, I had other like small issues. I just thought like all of like the anxiousness and things like that I was feeling, I just thought was job related, you know. And I just thought like, well, it's just stress, you know. And then I just, you know, went from being in a really high stress environment to having a lot of time on my hands. And I really needed something, right? I needed a hobby. And I had seen these beautiful mandala stones on Pinterest like years prior. And I was just always just like, wow. But like never once did I ever consider like starting. But once I had a lot of time on my hands, I went and was looking for something to do, and this came back to my mind. And I decided to try it out, and it was way harder than I thought. But in the process, I was like, oh, so this is kind of what it feels like to like be chilled out and just like relaxed and, you know, kind of have more of like a clearer thought process. Like I just didn't know, you know, didn't know it was something that I needed until I had it in my life. So I'm so thankful for this art style. It's so beautiful. And, you know, mine might be a little non-traditional in a sense, but it's something that is just really helpful for me. And I've met some really awesome people over the last, 5 years of me doing this, and it's just a great thing to have in my life. I did not. No, I have a girl who does my nails. I'm going tomorrow actually to get them redone. I've had them for a couple weeks. These ones are pretty worn out compared to how they normally look. They're very boring too. I usually don't just do one color and glitter, but that was Christmas. So, but usually my nails are like super sharp and pointy, but this is 3 weeks of me just wear and tear on them. So they're definitely not in the best shape at the moment. Yes. Yep, it's everywhere. The symmetry was something that, like, obviously is super important, but it was one of those things that I struggled with for a really long time. But the more I kind of pushed at it, the more I kind of got better at it, and I learned to just embrace that time where you're just relaxing and trying to keep things super symmetrical and beautiful. But I learned that no matter what, at the end of the day, it's going to turn out pretty. And as long as you're enjoying it and getting something out of that creative process of making a mandala, that's what matters. Yes. Yes, it's very cool. I'm self-taught. So when I first started, I hung out in Mandala Love Affairs lives because I love just like hearing her talk, and that was like the first dot person that actually would respond to me and treat me like a person instead of like someone who was just asking questions. Like there's some bigger dot accounts that you'll ask them questions, they won't even answer you. But not in Jamie's lives. Jamie would answer every question, and she would talk to us, and I just thought she was so nice. So I would hang out in her lives, and I would just sit there and I would just paint. I would just listen and paint. It was like, she was just like, a buddy that I could have on in the background while I just practiced. Yeah, so I guess I probably learned, like a handful of things from her just by being in her lives and watching her. But no one ever taught me anything. I learned a lot from messing up and making mistakes and, starting over again and just trying and trying and trying. And eventually I kind of, I guess, developed a style that's more of my own. Because if you were to look at Jamie's art versus mine, ours is so different. I always say, like, hers is so dainty and like planned and just, I don't know. And then mine's like, not that she doesn't use bold colors, because she does, but mine's like chunky and playful and just like weird. I don't know. But man, her stuff is so pretty. I finally got to own a piece of her art, and it's hanging on my wall. Yeah, I mean, the beginning pieces that I did, I don't even have them anymore. I threw them out. But a lot of us were not good at all when we started. I definitely underestimated how difficult this would be. Thanks. All right, I'm starting to try and plan out what my next step is going to be. Move my camera just a little bit. I think it's the colors that are doing that to you. Yeah, it's really fun. I don't go into these with any specific plan. I just kind of do it. All right. Did I? Where? Oh, I see it. Oops. Spun it a little too fast. Is this the one, or is there another one I missed? If I missed another one, I'll find it in a little bit. All right. Actually, I'm going to keep this color out. And we're going to do... Thanks. Nice. I know I probably have about the same amount that are curing right now. And I'll see them tomorrow. I did some earlier today, and then we did a few more on the Facebook Live earlier before I hopped off. But I'm like pretty much caught up on the resin pieces. I mean, I have a custom I have to do, and then I have the two that we did today. Yeah, the two that we did today that will need varnish, and then resin eventually. What happened to my music? Yes, I'm still watching. Oh yes, this community is amazing. We don't tolerate any hateful and mean things in here. This is a safe place for everyone. I've heard that some YouTube is not very nice. Is that true? I'm new to YouTube. I've had a YouTube for like a long time, but I haven't really used it to live stream. I do a lot of live streaming over on TikTok. Bless you. A lot of live streaming over on TikTok. I've been there since 2021, so that's my main platform, but I'm trying to extend some growth onto other platforms. So like I do have a pretty active Facebook community too, but TikTok is by far my biggest, most successful platform. So a lot of the people that are watching this live stream right now have just followed me across platforms. So a lot of us are just used to hanging out for many hours. I paint every day except Wednesday. I'm live every day except Wednesday. Sometimes I'm live twice a day. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Saturdays, I'm live twice a day. And then the rest, I'm live like from 9:30 to midnight every night except Wednesdays. It just depends on, which platform I'm on. Yeah. Yep. I definitely need that repetitive for sure. I like to be able to like constantly be doing something. And I think because it's repetitive, it allows me to sit here and have conversations with you guys, because it's not like I have to do something new every single step. He sneezes all the time. Thank you. These are the arch tools. These are, they're not new, but they're one of the newer ones towards like, this in 2025. We used to do all these by hand, but I like how we can make them a little more symmetrical by using the tools. Work smarter, not harder, right? I'm done in an hour, so it's 11 o'clock for me right now. So we've got another hour. So this will probably take us at least Thursday and maybe next Tuesday, and then we'll kind of see what happens. All of my tools are on my website, which is, you can find linked in my bio. It's JGrondz.art.com. And I've got like over 30 different types of tools. And if you want to learn, thanks Tracy, if you want to learn how to do this, I actually teach this on Facebook. I have a subscription group where we do different projects every week, every month. And the new month is actually starting in like a day or two. So yeah, I really want to use the fans. Just don't know. I think this one might be too large. We'll probably do the second one because give it a little room to squish out. Oh, they're not perfect, but they're pretty not perfect, right? I love them. Let's do... All right, how is this song YouTube approved? Whatever. I don't know. These are the fan tools. These are some of I think this is currently my favorite tool. Mm-hmm. I know, I'm trying to come up with like a new pattern that I haven't, like, you know, new design elements on these that I haven't done on others. So we'll just see. Yeah, it's been like probably 6 months easily, I feel like. The last one we did was, I think it was the rainbow cat. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really cool to start to see this all come together, and then a lot of these elements will get like different colors on top of them, so it gives some more depth and dimension. This is just the first layer. I know, that was kind of what I was going for, to make it mushroom-ish. Ish. Oh yeah, that's true. Although that one I don't really count as one of these ones because it was smaller and it was more cluster style. The green is fun, isn't it? But I definitely got to be mindful. I don't want to like use so much green in this one. Yes, green is my favorite color. But I actually love my blues too. So I do actually. I have merch, which I don't have any right now because I make it to sell. But it's I have a couple of different logo designs. Sorry, my tool is in my mouth. A couple different logo designs that have like my business name on it and stuff. And I also make some for like holidays. Next month, January, I'm gonna open up orders to do our .fam Valentine's Day merch. And I have one for Easter too. It says "Dotting with my peeps," and I made some little dot art peeps, and it's on like the front of a t-shirt or a hoodie, whatever you want. But yeah, I do some. Yeah, I also have like stickers and keychains and magnets that I've made. That have some. They're most of them are animal shapes, but some of them are round mandalas that I've made into keychains and stuff. Thanks. I know, I just started. There's lots and lots to do still. I'm still trying to learn how to be able to sell stuff via my YouTube channel. I have to hook some stuff up. I think I got it hooked up, but it's like pending. Like they have to review my website store to be able to link it onto here, but I'm in the process of doing it. That's for sure. Oh yeah, I know. I have one of yours over here. I love it. Yep, I do. Here, I'll show you. I don't do stickers as much anymore because they definitely don't sell. So like here, these are all like old designs, but they're all holographic. Like there's a turtle, there's a dolphin. This is a little Valentine's Day gnome. So like there's this one. It's one of my first big mandalas that I did. I mean, I've got, you know, a bunch. I even have like rainbow. I've got some cat magnets. I have a lot of stuff. Yeah. 4 hours. No, so this is a wreath insert. Okay, I'm gonna bring a little bit of white in here, I think. Still can't believe I accidentally put my black paint cap over my white. It's making it light gray. Yeah. Oh man, I've been in business since 2021. Got a lot of stuff. Lots and lots of stuff. I might be new to the YouTube world, but I've got almost 150,000 followers over on TikTok, so I've been around a while. I've listened to the things that they want. I thought it might be smart to have like cheaper versions, more affordable versions of my art, even if it's like just in print form, you know. So I used to do 4 to 5 craft shows a year when I first started. Now I do one. I do one every year, and it's in the middle of November. And honestly, I probably don't have time for it, but I do it because I get to see my best friend, my old college roommate. Both her and I travel about 2.5 hours up the road, and I stay with her for the weekend. And we both do the same show, but we have a different booth, and it's a fun opportunity. It's actually like I get to meet some of my followers because some of the local ones will come and say hi. Even a few will travel. Shelby actually traveled like 4.5 hours this year, stayed overnight and helped me during my show. She sat with me. But yeah, I do it just to, you know, I'll sell off some stuff that, you know, I don't sell as much of online, and get to go out in the community a little bit and talk to people. Thanks. So yeah, I'm live here on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9:30 to midnight Eastern Standard Time. I'm live on Facebook Mondays and Tuesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. And then the rest, like I'm on TikTok. So I'm on TikTok Monday to 9:30 to midnight, and then Friday from 2 to 5 and 9:30 to midnight, and then Saturday, no, sorry, not 2 to 5, just 9:30 to midnight. Saturday 2 to 5 and 9:30 to midnight, and Sunday 9:30 to midnight. Yeah, you can. That's one of those things I do kind of want to play around with. But TikTok has kind of implemented some annoying rules recently about like advertising your business if you don't basically pay them for it. And I have zero interest in being part of their TikTok shop program because it just doesn't work when you're an artist. I'm not someone who sells multiple like things that I can make really, really fast. And from what I've seen from other creators, like a lot of people kind of try and pull a fast one and scam the businesses, and I don't have time for it. So I'm not allowed to like talk about where I get things. I'm not allowed to talk about my website. I'm literally like, and this is just recent. So that's kind of why I've started getting off of TikTok, because I used to only be on TikTok. But now I'm kind of spreading my wings a little bit and going other places. So it's a little bit raised, but only because it's wet. It will dry down a little bit flat, just like kind of the rest of them. I do have some paint that I can make elevated dots with, but I haven't used any yet. But these dots and stuff, they'll dry flat-ish, but you'll be able to feel them. You'll be able to feel them a little bit. There is some texture to them. Thanks. I have zero art experience outside of just learning what I know from here. I didn't really I wasn't one of those people that took art classes growing up. I did not have an art degree. I have a public health degree. I'm obviously not using it anymore, but I don't know. Yeah, I try really hard to try and match as well as I can. Makes me want to make this one just a little bigger. I don't think that I paint all that fast, but they've told me I paint really fast. I don't know. Thank you. I try and slow down whenever I'm teaching it. I don't know. It's just kind of been one of those things that like if I have a lot of practice with something, eventually I can do it pretty quick. But I've really tried to slow down when it comes to teaching because there's people at all different levels. And I want them to feel like they can succeed at making stuff, even if it's a little too difficult for their level. Well, I mean, this middle part is a wreath sign. So that just adding that to the center makes it look fuller. I really haven't done all that much. So, I mean, so I don't know, unpopular opinion, and I really don't care what people agree with, because, you know, so in my opinion, if this is AI, you can't really do anything about it, right? It's everywhere, and I understand why people don't like AI, and I don't mind it too much. I mean, I mind some of it, but I'd rather just kind of get with the program. It's not going away. So I'm using it as a color inspiration palette, and people like my art, so. But I also have friends who make these for me, so. Oh. All right, next, I don't know. I think I actually still want to add a little bit of white. And that's your opinion. Not everything that I use has these, just these big ones. That was funny. Yeah, that was a funny time. That's all right. So I was working on like a something for my future mother-in-law, I think last year, and we were painting something, and it took us, I don't know how long, to notice that the stupid bunny had 3 ears. Oh, where's that? All right, we got to bring back. I want to do another circle row. I just don't quite know where I want to put it. Thank you. Thank you very much. We have fun here. I don't know what I want to do next. I put some white on there, but I don't think I want to use that right now. We need to bring that blue back in. That beautiful blue. All right, so this is where I cross my fingers, and I hope that these dots meet up in the end. And if not, we'll figure it out. Yeah, I will. Eventually. Isn't it? And we still have yet to add top dots, which I haven't quite picked out my top dot colors yet because we've still got a while to go. But hello. Oh, I don't know if we're gonna get to the mushrooms tonight because I need to. It's been a long time since I've made mushrooms. I've got to remember how I did it. It might just be something as simple as doing like a little arch, coloring it in, letting it dry, and then adding some little white dots. Oh no. This is probably the biggest I'll go. I do a lot of smaller, more functional art pieces. This just kind of started off to me as a challenge to myself at the beginning of 2025 to just do a larger piece because I'm intimidated by them. I do a lot of things that are like 3 to 4 inch pieces. Like I paint a ton of Christmas ornaments and like smaller things like that. And yeah, so the center picture edition also kind of helped me feel a little bit more confident to do something larger because I don't have a lot of faith in myself with some things, and when it's something that's new and out of my comfort zone, it's even scarier. So but the community that watches me and I'm surrounded by, they're super super great, and they make me feel better about my abilities. And I'm not terrible by any means, but there's still a lot of things that I'm, scared of. So, or I guess intimidated by. And I still like teach myself a lot while I'm painting. Yeah. We've been able to not don't feel pressured by any means, but we've been able to convert some people who don't do TikTok just to make a TikTok account to come hang out and watch and spend time with us over there. There's been a few people that were like, no, I'll never get a TikTok. And then eventually they were like, all right, fine, I'll do it just to watch you guys paint. That's the only thing that they use it for. They don't scroll, they don't do anything. They just watch the live streams and hang out, and I get to listen to better music over there too, because they don't you know, I'm not allowed to listen to normal music over here or on Facebook, and that's kind of sad. But it's fine. We deal with it. Oh, I did? I miss swooshes all the time. I see it. I'll get it. Thanks, guys. Well, I feel like I always miss little parts on these because I think I spin the thing so fast I don't realize it. I shall get it. Don't worry. This song kind of reminds me of like a video game. Yeah, I just kind of let it appear. And for the most part, it turns out better, nice more often than not. Sometimes there is something nice to, have something already kind of planned out, but all of my designs come from my head and I just kind of roll with it, see what happens. So when you guys see this completed for the first time, so will I. This is for fun, but I probably will post it at some point. Yeah, some type of video game for sure. Yep. Sometimes it's stressful having to follow a design and then, something starts to go wonky and then you got to try and figure out how to bring it back together. Lots of practice. It's really just dipping in paint and making a dot. It's a fun way to express, like, creativity and whatnot. So everything's always different. If you don't go into it with a plan, It's like you'll never paint the same thing twice unless you try. So much fun. Right. Yeah, even when you do try to make it the same, something is always different. Nope, I didn't do a dad joke yet. I'll have to get one after I finish this row. Hopefully this row matches up and we don't have to do anything. But we will have to count, potentially, or I'll just have to use my guidelines. One of the two. I know, there's a bunch of them. The blue is Laguna, so this is the only color in this palette that's straight out of the bottle. If you're talking about this one right here that I'm using. Yeah. Yep, I go, well, I might as well try something new. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite colors. Such a pretty one. Well, January's VIP is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about it. Some months, I mean, I love them all, obviously, but some months I just vibe with more than others. So the black paint that I'm using is Deco Art Americana, Lamp Black. I don't put anything over it until I seal it. So it's usually about 2 layers of black on these boards. And then I paint. Oh yeah. Yep. I know, I haven't, I mean, jinx, or not jinx, knock on wood, haven't messed up yet, but I do mess up a lot. But yeah, I have this little silicone tool brush thing, it's like kind of flat, and what I'll do is I'll like smear away, I'll wipe/smear away my mistake, and then I'll go over with some more black background color, let that dry, and then I'll just paint over it again. Hello. Thanks, we just kind of started it. Yeah, see, I don't know. I feel like for me, I never have the best luck using wet Q-tips. Like, I'll use them sometimes, but for the most part, I just find if I just smear it off while it's wet, it dries really quick, and then I'll just, you know, carefully paint around it. Okay. Whew. All right, is this gonna match up, you guys? Yes, I know. Okay. I'm scared. It might be a little too big, but it's too small of a space. Well, you'll get to see me fix this right now because I'll make it match up a little better. Because sometimes it'll, you know, this will happen. So what I'll do is I'll remove a few dots and I'll make a few dots like a little bit bigger and it'll match up a little better. So I'm going to take my silicone brush and I'm just going to wipe it away, try and get as much paint off as possible. I'm going to try about here. So most of that paint is gone. Yeah, there's a lot of awesome people in here. I'm gonna take some of my black background. I'm just gonna paint over it. And while that's drying, and I'll do a really thin coat so that it dries pretty fast. While that's drying, we'll do a dad joke. Nobody likes to mess up, but it's kind of part of the process. All right. Yeah, and I'll get the swoosh. Okay, let's see. Dad joke. Let's see, let's see. Hmm. This is not gonna really be anything. Sometimes I like to make my jokes kind of match the theme, but not tonight. All right. How do you find a cheetah at night? You use a spots light. Was that it? Was that the only one that I missed? I think so. I don't know if they're gonna fit right here or not. I don't know. So these ones usually take me at least 11 hours, usually. I don't know. It's been a while since I've done one. But these ones I've sold for like $310. All right, let's hope that if I just make these just a little bigger, we can fill up that space. Sometimes it takes me a few tries during this step, but you know, it's all right. But now that's kind of bothering me, so I might make that one a little bit bigger and this one a little smaller. I could leave it, but it's a little bit annoying to me. Sorry guys, I changed my mind. La la la. So the stamps are 28. Most of them anyway. Some of them are a little less, some of them are a little more. Eventually, we are kind of switching to a different filament, so they'll just be a tiny bit more expensive, but only like $2 more. But if you're part of my VIP group, not that you have to be, but my VIP members, they get a little bit of a discount. But the cool thing about my tools is that you're not only supporting me as a small business, but you're supporting another small business too. So it's two small businesses in one with these tools. It's really great. I get to pay another person. All right, we'll let that dry. All right, let's see. I kind of want to top dot this, and I don't really know what color I want to top dot it with. I definitely want it to pop. Do I like that? don't know if I want that color or not. I struggle with orange and yellow. It's one of my least favorite colors. So this piece is also a challenge for me because it's very heavy on colors that I'm not like the biggest fan of. Now I'm just using a little bit of water. What do you mean? So the red would be a good choice. However, I don't think it pops enough. Like, I think it's gonna be like I like to do like the blue would be ideal, but there's a little bit too much. So I'm looking at the colors in this to see if I can like bring in a new color that I haven't used yet. Like a metallic. And I'll probably make my dot just a little smaller too. Oh, that would be really pretty in that. Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Let me grab it. Oh man, my lid is stuck. Okay, we'll have to just... It's pretty though because it has that purple shift to it. Pretty, but I don't know if it's... Well, I guess you guys, it's showing up a little differently than it is. What do you guys think? Is that still too dark? Because my other thought was going to be pink. Yes, my other thought was going to be pink. So there's listen, it's an unpopular opinion. I don't 100% support AI, but I think that there's ways that you can work with it. And if you can use it to create a fun color palette, I don't know. Yeah, like I was thinking maybe like we could even do... Yeah, that's always like the hardest point for me is trying to pick a good top dot color. I just never know. Like the green would be great because it's gonna pop, but I don't want this to be super green heavy. Yeah. We could do like a lighter purple. That would be pretty. Like maybe lilac meadow. Let's see what that looks like. We've got a lot of different places we can put top dots, but white would also be a good option, but I'm trying to use white as small accents, and I don't want to bring too much of it in because sometimes I feel like white adds too much, like it catches your eye too much. But I think that's pretty. I need to pour this out and do a thing though, just using the lid. Yeah, I really like it. I think it works really well. Gross. Gross. And I'll also top dot the orange eventually, but I didn't want to top dot it tonight because we'd have to wait even longer for that to dry. That's one of my least favorite foods, sorry. I know. As the design grows, it does get harder and harder to like not stick your hand in paint. What time is it? 11:42. Probably, it'll probably be dry. Like we probably won't get to that spot again or anything like higher than it on this live. Maybe Thursday though. Well, definitely Thursday. Wait, what day is Thursday? Thursday is New Year's Day. Oh shoot. Right? Is that the 1st? Yeah, I don't like eating things off the bone. I also don't like getting my hands super messy when I eat. Well, I will not be live on Thursday. Sorry, guys. I didn't think about that. I'll have to pick this back up on Tuesday. I'm going to a hockey game, so I won't be home. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. New month. Yep. Just pop some paint bubbles. It's easier than trying to poke them out with something sharp. Oh, there's a cat hair. Where is it? Come here. I don't know if this is gonna work. Get out of my paint. I need to get a new pair of tweezers. These don't work very well. Oh, I got it. Perfect. Yeah, yep. It's kind of like the same idea whenever you pop resin bubbles, except you do it over the paint. But you got to be really careful because if you get too close to the paint or let the fire kind of stay over one area for even just a tiny bit too long, it can make your paint burn and bubble. So that's why it's just a really quick flash. I'm not holding it over it. Yeah, I hope we win. It should be a fun game because it's the Penguins versus Detroit Red Wings. And obviously the Penguins are my team, but Detroit, Scott likes Detroit, so it should be an interesting game. I asked him if he was going to wear any like Detroit stuff or red or whatever, and he goes, no, Pittsburgh fans are assholes. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, I don't use any needles to pop bubbles because it just takes so long. Using just a quick blowtorch flame, like a little, I mean, it's just a lighter, like a jet flame lighter, but yeah, it works really well. Let's go, Pens! Yeah, his parents got us hockey tickets for Christmas. We haven't been to a game together for a really long time. Yeah, I love it. I had to get one of those lighters at Ace Hardware because my go-to torch lighters, because I don't like heat guns, I don't own one. My go-to lighters, they're like really hard to find now, and they're just expensive on Amazon. So I needed it because I was doing some resin work. So I ran down the street to the hardware store and I found that little lighter right at the checkout, and I love it. I love it. Actually, I can because I actually dropped a bunch on the floor the other day. It's hard. Usually I'll go like this and like stick it to my finger and lift my hand up really fast, but oh, nice. Yeah, usually when we go to the game, we get like club seats, but we didn't choose the tickets, so. But I don't mind it. I mean, sometimes I think it's fun. It depends on who you're sitting around, and obviously you never know, but I'll be cheering for the home team, so it'll be fine. Yeah, I know. It can be difficult. For the most part, I can pretty much do whatever with my nails. There are some things that, you know, make life just a little bit harder, but honestly, it just makes me slow down a little bit, and honestly, I need that. Sometimes I need to just take a little time to do something. And if that's trying to pick a piece of paper up off the floor or a nail or whatever, so be it. Well, hopefully not. Honestly, I used to be a way bigger Pens/hockey fan years ago, but they got rid of my favorite player, and now he's retired, so it doesn't matter anyways. But then I got busy. Like, not only did they trade him, and I didn't, you know, I was kind of depressed, but also life happens, and I just kind of didn't watch hockey as much. So, you know, it'll be fun to go to the game, but it's not like, you know, I'm not going to be crushed if they lose, because it's more about the experience at this point for me. Yeah, I know. I run out of fuel very fast on with those, but they work so much better. I know, isn't that crazy? Oh, cool. Nice. Why is this playing this kind of music on here? I don't like it. Next. Next. All right. All right. Yeah, I think it's really pretty, isn't it? We're going to count at the same time so that I know how many dots I have, so hopefully you guys will help me keep track if I get distracted. Thanks. Hope to see you again soon. That's 10. 20? Not really, because blue and orange are across from each other on the color wheel. $30. I mean, this is like a red orange, and that's a teal, so I feel like they go together. $40. Sorry, I was counting. I kind of go hourly, sort of, but 50. Yeah, I try. So whenever I do my top dots, I mean, not all the time, but I do like them to pop. So this doesn't pop as much as I normally would, but I wanted to sort of keep that purple. Yep, yep, he is. This is 51, right? 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, perfect. 7. Basically every 10 dots I'm stopping and looking at the comments. Yeah, yep. So I'm loading up with paint so that I don't have to press all the way down. Yeah. He's always watching sports. I'm just happily top dotting, and then eventually we'll get towards the end, and I'm gonna hope that this is a good number that I can divide by equally. I think this is 90, right? I can't remember if I missed a dot or not. I was looking at something. Do I have them in between every dot, though? Because I know I had to kind of squeeze. Yeah, it's just watercolor pencil, so it just comes right off with a little bit of water. $120? I hope so. Yeah. $130. Yeah, I usually do a matte varnish on these. I'm good. How are you? 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 148. That's we can definitely divide by it, but Probably should, nope, can't do that dot yet, but that's all right. Getting it on there anyways, but I'll probably redot that one. Okay, I can't do this math in my head. It's divisible by 4. Okay, good. That's good to know. Are there? Hi guys. What is up? Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. No, I'll actually just do it right now. There we go. But, Gina, we might have to recount just to be sure. But, oh, there was a cat hair on that. Love that for me. Or a paint booger. That actually doesn't seem like it was a cat. Was that a cat hair? I don't know. Yeah, I usually do. Yeah, I should do that. But we'll get these white dots on here and call it a night since it's midnight. And then we'll pick back up with this. Technically, it should have been Thursday, but I will not be around on Thursday. I forgot that Thursday is the 1st. And I'm going to a hockey game. So we'll pick this back up next Tuesday on here. So this might take us a little longer than anticipated, but that's okay. It's set there temporarily right now. I don't glue it down until like the very end. I think so too, but it never hurts to just double count just in case. I know, see you next year, guys. Wow, I can't believe it's gonna be 2026. Although, I do like writing the number 6. I think it flows very easily. So, it's gonna be nice to write 26 on the back of my stuff instead of 25. Yes, Tuesday at 9:30 Eastern on here to like continue working on this. I'll be painting live other places this week, but we won't be working on this. This is going to be a YouTube project, so we will only be working on this here. Me? Why? What did I say? I don't remember. Yeah, I thought I was pretty accurate with the counting, but you know, then, you know, one person says it might be different and I'm like, uh-oh. Yeah, it's such a cute little tool. It works really well to quickly just, you know, fix mistakes. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's easy. I feel like half the time, like, my 5 is, like, weird and wiggly, but 6 always looks nice. Oh, I almost forgot the last dots. Sheesh. It's looking fun so far. Don't know what I'm going to put in here yet. I'll take a few days to figure that out. Well, a week, I guess, to figure it out. But here's how it is so far. I feel like it's looking pretty nice. And the colors go really well with this, which is fun. So, all right. So this is the first 2.5 hours of the project. You know, we probably still have a couple lives. I don't think we're gonna finish it next Tuesday by any means. So we'll have at least another 2 lives, if not 3. So anyways, I will see you guys next Tuesday on here. And we will continue working on this. So if I don't see you guys on here, the next time I'll see you guys is on Friday at 9:30 to 9:30 Eastern over on TikTok. So follow me there if you haven't already. I'll see you guys on Friday. Everybody have a happy new year. Be safe, and I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.